Are you voting for Trump? You're not sure? Oh, you think you are? I sure hope you're a straight white guy, because the rest of us, he fully intends on only having use of us when they need us, and then go back into the little filthy dungeon until we need you again. I really hope you know what you're doing. If you're a woman, or in the LGBTQ plus community, or a person of color, and if you're going to vote for Trump, I can only assume you enjoy pain, and you're into this masochist, sadist, well, maybe only one of those, because you're the only one getting the pain. I mean, either that or you're just racist. And you know the sad thing about this? If you're a person of color or a woman and you're racist or bigoted or something like that, and that's why you either have or you will vote for Trump, it's going to be an awful big shock for you when the shit that he has planned for the rest of us means you too. If you're not a straight white guy, don't plan on getting anywhere. Don't plan on being in charge of anything. Don't plan on having a voice anytime. Because we'll be back being 2/3 of a person, like they did to black people for far, far, far too long. So you really should look at Project 2025, or even Agenda 20 or Agenda 47, and you really should. You shouldn't vote against yourself. And if you're not a straight white guy, voting for Trump is voting against yourself. If you're on disability, Social Security, any kind of thing like that, you're not needed in this country, according to him and them. It'll be awful funny to have it all happen, just to see what happens when they realize someday they got a can of ass whoop themselves. But I really don't want to get to that point to have to see that. So I would really consider your heart and your honesty when you're comparing the two, because it should no way be as close as it is between those two. If every voter was actually using critical thinking skills and actually thinking and reasoning out stuff, it would be clear that Madam President is the correct choice. You don't understand. You say these bad things about Kamala, but do you understand what Elon just did? In the Michigan, he put ads out. Some of the communities are like heavy Muslim communities, Hindi communities, and there's others that are very heavy Jewish communities. So pitting one against the other, instead of encouraging unity maybe, or common ground, they put one ad only airing in the Muslim communities saying that she stands for Israel type of thing. In other words, don't vote for her. She's against you. And in the same state, in the communities that were Jewish, heavily Jewish, he ran an ad saying Kamala stands for Palestine. She can't be standing fully for both of them. So that was outright lies, targeted, micro-targeted to certain communities based on their race or their culture. That's, first of all, lying and pitting one against the other is not America. That's not even moral. That's just starting two people to fight and then sitting back and watching them like the Coliseum or something. That's just sick. That's sick. You're sick, Elon. Doing two different ads so you get them fighting with each other and hating each other. That's unconscionable. Uneffing conscionable. You want to say, oh, you're not great, you're not this, you're not that, you curse. I'd rather curse than be unconscionably inhumane and immoral. Fuck you isn't gonna damn me to hell. But starting whole factions fighting with each other just so you're entertained and they're distracted so you can get their votes. That's just immoral. That's just sick. Sick. So, if you're still on the fence or had planned on voting for Trump and now you're starting to be like, now I don't know. Keep thinking that. You're waking up. That's what that feels like. When suddenly you're like, well, they just said that he lied about that. And you're showing me right here, so and so and so and so and so and so all said that that's a lie. What else did he lie about in the last 9 years? If that's what you're starting to feel and you're getting really anxious about it, it's okay. It's okay. That's called waking up. Yeah. I know it's kind of weird. You don't know where you are at first. You're like, oh, I don't feel like I'm got my feet under me. Yeah. It's called waking up. You start waking up out of that little subliminal thing they got going by the repetition, the brainwashing techniques that they use. And trust me, they absolutely use brainwashing techniques. Don't you ever notice how it's weird when Vance constantly, when a female is interviewing him, he has to put her name into almost every damn sentence. Well, Dana, interesting, Dana, that's very condescending. He's making it look like I remember your name, but actually it's a pat on the head. Well, really, Dana, this is what it was. Actually, Dana, instead of just saying actually, it makes it very personal. Like he's fronting you off in front of everybody. That's a brainwashing. That's a way to put people off their feet and give you the upper hand if you have those 3 seconds while they're off balance for a sec. That's one of their things. Another thing, like Trump, he repeats things constantly. He just does it without any effort. But at first it was deliberate. He would say things with the exact, not similar, meaning the same thing. It would be the exact wordage each time. That's a brainwashing technique. You start looking at some of the things that, oh yeah, that's just something he does. They does that. They does that for a reason. It's not just their little personal glitch. They do shit like that for a reason. You listen. Once I pointed it out to you with Vance, you listen to women interviewers. Very often, he's very, and it might just be for he does it to the ones that he feels intimidated by, so he's gonna try to, you know, it's kind of like pull the rug out from under your feet and be the charming guy that remembers your name because I really care and I'm engaged, kind of thing. I'm engaged with this whole conversation. I'm here, you know. That's that's a little way to do it. And next time you listen to Vance, I'm sorry when you do, to him speak like interviewed by a female, especially if it's a strong or a well-known female, he noticed the tone that he uses when he uses their name. It changes. Well, actually, Dana. I mean, he just the way he does it is just very. And I'm sure he manipulates, Isha, his wife, the same way. Just give a look or just the tone of his voice, and she knows, oh man, he's gonna go off if I don't shut up. I'm just not never gonna hear the end of it. I just get that feeling when I see them posed together or with each other. If it's like video, I just get a very not a united team there. I don't get a team from them. His body language with her and the boys, it just isn't saying team. It's saying, here's my wife. That's what it says. It doesn't say, here's my wife. With Harris, here's my husband. It's Doug. Hey, come here, Doug. He doesn't. I don't. He barks. He orders her. He doesn't talk with her. He talks to her a lot in his tone, and that just sets my teeth on edge. Just let me know what you think, if you've gotten that kind of a feeling with Vance when you listen to him talk for more than just 5 minutes, or when he's being interviewed by a female. I just get this greasy feeling with him, and he'll just whatever port happens to be fine, and that's not loyalty. That's not devotion. That's just flippy floppy. So, peace out. Gotta go finish my stuff.